Hello, hello. Another fortnight, another grocery haul. And if you're one of my regulars, look, I'm sorry I haven't got a video out this week or even the past 2 weeks. We've actually been pretty unwell. I'm just going to do a little couple of minutes of catch up. So if you're here just for groceries, fast forward a little bit and we'll get into feeding a family of 8. But I thought I'd just check in with my regulars. So for the past 2 weeks, we've had a pretty brutal cold/flu. I think it developed into a bit of bronchitis at the end. So we've had some pretty unwell kiddos, and myself and my husband as well. Now, thankfully, we went down one by one so we could support each other, keep everything rolling. You know, he got a couple of days in bed when he was sick. Then I took a couple of days in bed when I was sick, and we just tag teamed looking after the kids. But it does mean that I haven't had any time to film. And I have missed you, my YouTube family. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks I can get back into a normal routine and get some more videos out for you. But in that time, I'll just catch you up on a couple of things we've done around the property. You know that my initial attempts at a summer garden totally failed due to a lack of rainfall, a lack of water. We're totally off grid with our water supply, so we have to be very careful using it. However, we have had good, regular rainfall since then. So take 2 of our late summer garden. We've planted spring onions, basil, zucchini, and I think there's a couple of tomato bushes that I've managed to save as well. So the garden is looking better, and I'll give you a little show of that as well in this video. And what else? Well, big news, kind of sad news, kind of just the way that homestead life is. News is our cow, Creamy, and her calf, well, she's been sold. So Creamy and her baby are off to a new home. Now, a lot of driving that decision was just that we don't need 2 milking cows. We're not using that much milk, and it is expensive to feed and water a cow. Big animals, they eat and drink a lot. So we made the decision from a budgeting perspective, yes, but also Creamy is difficult on fencing. So she was regularly wandering around and visiting neighboring properties, and we were just starting to, I guess you could say, strain our relationship with our neighbors. So I'm sure you've all heard that good fences make good neighbors, right? And nobody really wants your cow on their pasture. Now, she is being sold to a lovely home, and Creamy and her baby will actually be kept as pets. So they have hit the gold star of where cows can go. And also they're quite close too. So that is lovely. I'm glad everything is working out the way that it is. It means we'll be down to having just Hazel and her calf. And then we've still got the pigs and the chooks. The chooks are doing so great. I think we've probably got between 20 and 30 chickens now. So that's excellent. And then yes, the veggie patch to take care of as well. So all of that aside, all the property stuff aside, we've gone back to school. We took the first week off because we were so unwell. And then we started fresh on this past week, and we do homeschooling. We've got 4 school-aged kids registered this year and 2 below school age, so toddler and baby. Not toddler and baby anymore, really. Pre-K kid and toddler, 2 and 4. So we're just getting into that routine, and we're finding it's working pretty well. It's actually been the easiest that it's been for a couple of years for me because 1, I'm not expecting a baby, and that makes things much easier in day-to-day life. 2, I have 2 high school kids who have homeschooled all the way through, so they are quite independent learners. They know how to facilitate their learning with my help. They also are starting to hone in on what their personal interests are. So it's just becoming easier to support them with school because they're becoming more independent. And then it's just my middle-aged kids that need to have the one-on-one time with me for quite a bit every morning. But all that to say, extracurriculars are back, school is back, the whole year is back into the new swing. If you are in the middle of that family life, I'm sure you know what it's like. So let's get on to the groceries. I have bought a few things that make my life easier at this point. so that when it comes to lunchtime, if I have some kind of good quality protein, I also have something easy that I can grab. In an ideal world, I would have our fresh homemade sourdough every day, 7 days a week, but I don't. I'm just not that organized. So we tend to have a fresh loaf of sourdough bread probably every 2 days, and we'll eat that over that day. And then the next day I'll start the routine of fermenting the dough again so that it's fresh the next day. But in the meantime, I've also got lots of other bready things just from the shops. I have got some meat from Woolies. I've got some coming from Coles later, and I have to go to the local butcher as well for beef mince because I just don't like supermarket beef mince. And we've got a few bottles of milk to top up our own supply from our milking cow, Hazel. You know what, I've actually got so much from Woolies today that this is just the first table. And then I'm going to have to put this away and unpack the next one. So we'd better get going. Let's see what I've got. So just in case you are new here, we live rurally, we have 6 kids, we homeschool, and we try to grow food. So we keep pigs, cows, chickens for meat and milk, and we grow the garden. Now, I also buy a lot from the supermarket. I also buy a lot from Honest to Goodness in bulk a few times a year. And I try to support independent producers to the point where I'm still retaining my sanity. So because I live rurally, sometimes I don't have as many options to get things delivered, like Farmer's Pick, for example, they don't deliver to my home address. There's one fruit and veggie box service, but the price is really high. And we don't have things like fruit and veggie markets like you do in more populated areas, cities. So I am reliant on supermarkets for quite a bit. And let's see what we got from Woolies. Okay, so start over here. I'm really just sticking with this brand. They are great. The Eye Care, made and owned in Australia. That is my paper towel. I've got 4, and I've got 2 of the toilet paper as well. Now, a few things here are definitely requested by kids. They actually asked for the hummus. This is a really lovely supermarket brand. Sometimes I buy the Nuffin dip, which is great because it is in a cardboard container. This one is in plastic, but it actually has no preservatives in it. Nuffin is in cardboard, but it has preservatives in it. And it just seems like a stitch up sometimes, doesn't it? Trying to choose the right thing. But this one is chickpeas, water, tahini, salt, food acid, lemon juice, herb and fruit extract, and garlic. Tastes great, totally clean. Yes, I've made my own hummus and it was rejected heartily by my children. Now, I noticed that this Triple S Foods brand also has a white bean, garlic and basil option, and that definitely appeals to me. So it is, yeah, very similar, but it has cooked white beans and some basil in it. So that will be really nice. We can either dip chips or have it on wraps. Now, we just love this brand for yogurt. I got a vanilla, but it was substituted for strawberry. So I've got 2 strawberries, and we've also got honey and cinnamon. Now, these do have sugar in it. The flavored versions of the 5 a.m. yogurt all have sugar. You know, everything in moderation. All good. We also have a couple of plain Greek yogurts in the fridge. Now, I just love to have some pure cream. This is the brand available to me, which is actually from the Bega group, which is local to where I live. So I love to keep fresh cream in the fridge for all kinds of things, sweet or savory. And sour cream, again, I like to turn that into a dip, have it on wraps, nachos, in soups, all kinds of things. Now, some of these come together in a little set. This is just Aussie cream cheese, some smoked salmon, and some bagels. So there you go. That's just a treat for my kiddos by request. Not an everyday thing in the shopping, certainly not. But if my kids happen to specifically ask, I'll just put it into the rotation, and after a while it'll pop up that they get what they wanted. Lucky kids, right? Okay, I have 3 dozen of the eggs. I've just gone with the Macro brand. I do prefer the independent Bega Valley brand, but they are $4 extra per carton. So I've just pinched a couple pennies here this fortnight. Now, this is so convenient for whipping up a quick pizza, lunch or dinner for my family. So I've got 4 bags of the organic mozzarella, which is now available at my local Woolies. It used to be just at Coles, but it's at Woolies now, so that's great. Now, I did have a request specifically for Bega cheese. So I got them some of the cheese slices. This is great because it gives my kids some independence. So I mean, even my 7-year-old, 4-year-old can go into the fridge and grab a slice of cheese. Speaking of independence, hey, I rarely buy this kind of stuff, but with school coming and going in the car, going to things like, just the classes that kids do, and library trips and outings and all that kind of thing. It's great to have this in the fridge so I can just toss them at the kids and say, let's go. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes when you want to get out of the house, you've got a lot of little people, it's the feeding them that is really a barrier. And I don't want to, we just don't do fast food or drive-throughs or things like that. So this is a compromise to have in the fridge. It's got protein, it's got carbs, and it will keep them set. Now that's amore. We got lots of pasta. It is made in Italy. Yeah, it's produced in Italy. Just 2 ingredients. And pasta, well, it's just a quick, easy meal, isn't it? Still buying the garlic, still saving up for my bulk herbs. I really do have to do bulk spices, honest to goodness, bulk butcher, and get everything stocked up. But at the moment, yeah, supermarket, that's how we're doing it. And butter chicken. Of the mingle spices, I just buy this one over and over again because everybody eats it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 sticks, 250 grams of the butter. Never sets a foot wrong, this butter. I'm very happy with that. Another request from my kiddos was to have some more leg ham. This does seem like the best option available at the supermarket. We do cure our own ham quite regularly. With us, it's really just keeping up with the demand of a large family. 8 people eat quite a lot. So, it's kind of like raising and harvesting some of our meat. I'm going to say probably 50% of our meat produced on our property over the last year, and then having to buy the other 50%. And a few of my kids just love ham. Now, this was half price, or maybe even less. This is something I'm just going to pop into the fridge. It is raspberry sparkling water. This is a treat for mum and dad. I don't think my kids like it so much because it doesn't have any sweetener. It just tastes like water, really. So that's not something they're really keen on, but it was so cheap. I'm going to give it a go. A couple of packs of everything bagels for a super quick, easy lunch or breakfast. My husband asked me to buy this coffee for him. He's actually on the hunt for mold-free coffee. I don't drink coffee, so it's really a him thing, but I don't know. We will try this and we will see how it goes. It was a reasonable price for a supermarket option. Do you drink coffee? Do you grind your own beans at home? I think maybe grinding your own beans is probably a good way to make sure they're fresh, right? Then we've got some penne. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the organic penne, and then spirals. Last time I went shopping, they were out of spirals, so I stocked up. There's about 5 here. Oh, and some more treats. I chose these ones for myself, and I think my husband will be very tempted, but probably not eat them. He's on a bit of a healing diet at the moment, like a Whole30 style thing. So this will just be for me. And then here's some for the kiddos. And there's another bag around here I've yet to unpack. Our Tilba milk, which is just a beautiful full cream Jersey milk we're very spoilt to have locally. Now this is wheat flour, filtered water, iodized salt, yeast, vitamins, wheat fiber and vinegar. So a couple of compromises. I don't like synthetic vitamins. I don't really like them in my flour, but this is such a delicious pizza base. It's great for emergencies. Mum hasn't got time, hasn't gotten around to making our own pizza bases. I'm going to pop these in the freezer and they will be there. My teens can make meals having this kind of thing around. That helps them out. So I got 4 of those and we've really been enjoying the quality of this Aussie brand. A couple of the chia brown rice crackers. They're just good to have in the pantry. A pack of the raw walnuts for snacking for myself and my husband. And of course, any children who are interested. And I use it in baking as well. A couple of the coconut sugars. I love that these are in paper. That's really makes me feel better about buying it. And this one is not, but that's okay. I ordered 2 of these, but they only had 1 left in stock. And it really is my favorite cacao powder. Cacao is my coffee, so I'll have that once a day with milk. A couple of the bigger crunchy peanut butters. These are 100% Australian peanuts and really delicious as well. And I'm happy to support the Bega group. And a couple of Aussie olive oils. Some whole pickles. And just a little tamari. As I say, I really need to stock up at honest to goodness. I love bulk. Bulk tamari can last me 9 months or so. Some more of the natural wraps. These actually are a great pizza base in a pinch, but they're just good for breakfast burritos, lunchtime wraps with salad and a good quality mayonnaise and leftover roast beef or chicken. Perfect, so easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. They last well in the fridge. And the ingredients are organic wholemeal flour, organic wheat flour, filtered water and sea salt. So I guess that's why I don't always buy this kind of pizza base, but I will use something like this. The ingredients are just that bit cleaner. Actually, a great way to do this is because they're very thin, put down 1 of the wraps, sprinkle cheese over the top, and put a second wrap on top. That makes an amazing pizza base. Also, my husband asked me to buy some pita breads because my kids have never had it. And I guess he's got happy childhood memories of cutting open a pita bread and having like a stuffed sandwich. So I grabbed that for them to try. Okay, we got some meat. So I'm gone with the chicken strips. Look, there's no chicken drumsticks. How weird is this? I bought so many last time that my family is absolutely boycotting them and is over it. So I'm not allowed to buy them for a couple of weeks. I did buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the chicken strips. 2 of these will do our family very well. And even 1 I can stretch with veggies and rice to make a very nourishing stir fry. So those are a pretty good, reasonably priced option. Now the meat that is labelled grass-fed at Woolies was out of stock. So I've just gone ahead and got a few of the standard beef stir fry because we're enjoying stir fries with lots of veggies lately. And a few packs of rump steak. 1 of these will do the whole family. So we'll fry it up, slice it up into pieces and serve it with lots of like potatoes or pasta or veggies for everybody. And I had a request to try some sausages. These are chicken sausages. They don't look that appealing to me, but I'm hoping that my kids will enjoy them. And then we've got some free-range pork sausages, a couple of these little grass-fed beef roasts, which are super handy to roast up and have in the fridge for lunch, and then 1 whole chicken. Now, I'm going to put all this away and come back and show you the other half. Okay, we don't have a huge amount of fruit and veg from the supermarket because it is harvest season where we are. It's much easier to get produce directly from the farmers, just at local farm stalls and whatnot. So we've got a beautiful big bag of peaches grown locally. We have a little bag of tomatoes for people who watered their garden. Well done. And we have some locally grown garlic and just a cucumber here as well. That's just all from the local shop, which is awesome. Then I included that in this stuff in my delivery. Look at these. They're just beautiful. I hope to be holding a bunch like this, and that's homegrown, in about maybe 4 months. Let's see how we go. Some sweet little zucchinis that are a good price at the moment. Carrots are just a staple from the supermarket. Some more tomatoes before I realized I would get these ones, but we'll eat them all. Green apples for my green apple eaters. Some of the grapes, which are a pretty good price right now, and just beautiful. We're still enjoying them while they are in season. You can see just what a lovely product these are. So seasonal and just special to enjoy once a year. We've got some apples and some onions as well. So that's part of our fruit and veg, and then I'm also going to the health food shop later today, so I'll show you what I buy there. Butter puff pastry. I have so many bread products in my cart this fortnight. I don't really know what I was thinking, other than convenience and ease and just having a bit of support in the kitchen to keep everybody fed. So butter puff pastry, I've got no plans specifically for it, but my children like to experiment cooking with it, and it is made with butter and wheat flour. It is a Whole Foods product. We have some strawberries, just some frozen organic strawberries for smoothies and eating and snacking. Strawberry milkshakes have been popular. Just a pack of baby peas. You can buy frozen organic peas, but they're shipped in from Belgium. Last time I bought them, they were from Belgium, and they weren't nice. These Aussie baby peas are absolutely delicious. Now look, the processed foods just keep coming. Can you tell? We're back to school, and I don't know, I just want a sous chef in the kitchen so that I'm not in there all the time. I got 3 bags of the cheese flavored corn chips and then 4 bags of the plain. They're not so much for snacking, because that will just stop them from eating fruit and cheese and, Whole Foods. They are for meals, so we'll have this, or at least for pairing with a dip, like the hummus or the white bean dip that I bought, but also for nachos and Mexican meals. Just stocking up the pantry with some diced tomatoes, there's 4 of those, and stocking up again with the local raw eucalyptus honey, which I do really like. And the price is good. We do have a lot of local apiarists, but the price on this is really just hard to beat. Local honey is a bit more expensive. And this is something I love to have in the pantry because, it's 100% Aussie fruit. These really are just apples in a tin, and they're fantastic for cakes and pies and apple crumble, just little treats that I can bake with my kiddos. This is 100% for me. That's why I got coffee flavor. That's going to keep my kids off it. Now, I probably sound like a bit of a mean mum there, but they do actually have their own ice cream, icy pole things coming in the Coohl shop, and this is just a treat for me. Now, there's a couple of ice cream brands that I buy if I'm really wanting ice cream. This Häagen-Dazs is one when it's half price, because I just find this too expensive when it's full price, but it's half price at the moment. And the reason why I choose that is it is Whole Foods ingredients, so fresh cream, condensed skim milk, water, sugar, egg yolk, and coffee. So it's real ingredients, and you can really taste that difference. It's beautiful. The other brands are the Panna frozen dairy-free ice cream, and then in a pinch, if I'm doing like an ice cream for a birthday, I also like the Bulla brand if we're doing the whole family. Some brown paper pads, highlighters, which is just for my homeschooling notation in New South Wales. You have to be pretty good with your records for registered for home education kids. So I'm just using that in my diary. A couple of masking tapes and a couple of cat food. I just choose the kangaroo whenever I can. Beef kangaroo, sweet potato. It seems to be keeping my cats alive, so all good. All right, that's the end of Woolies this fortnight, and I will show you what I got at Coles and the health food shop later on. Yeah. Okay, now I also happened to get this package today on grocery day, so I thought I'd take you through it. This is from a business called Wholesome Home. They have a really nice variety of not just snack foods, but all kinds of seasonings and flavors and things. So I like to have this cereal to hand. These bags will probably last us months and months, but it's just nice to have a sort of clean, organic, grain-based snack I can put in a little cup and give my kids. Just a clean, organic, grain-based snack. These are fruit juice cornflakes. So it's a cornflake. The ingredients are cornmeal or yellow corn flour, and they are sweetened with pear juice concentrate and a little sea salt. So this is nearly a kilogram of those cornflakes. Now, I've also got this big bag. This is nearly a kilo, and actually this one is my favorite. This is basically Special K. So I grew up eating Special K and I love it. But this is called Heritage Flakes, and it is a blend of Khorasan, wheat, oats, spelt, barley, millet, and quinoa. This one does have sugar in it and sea salt as well. So organic cane sugar and then all these grains. This is just such a lovely snack and cereal. So those big bags will last months and months. Now, I also got a few treat boxes of cereal. The kids do not eat cereal often at all. So this is basically organic Cocoa Pops called Koala Crisp. The ingredients are brown rice flour, cane sugar, cocoa powder, chocolate flavor, sea salt, tapioca starch, and molasses. And my 6 kids will probably have a bowl each and finish that off. Then we've also got another favorite of theirs, which is Corn Puffs, Gorilla Munch cereal. And this is cornmeal, sugar, and sea salt. And that will also be probably one breakfast or one day. And then we've also got the rice bubbles, which I don't know if they're just going to eat as a cereal, or I might do some baking or something really yummy with that. That's brown rice flour, cane sugar, sea salt, molasses, all organic. So I like to buy some cereals like this probably once every 6 months or so. It's been quite a while. These will go into the pantry and they will just get to eat them now and then when I don't want to cook breakfast. Just a second, honey, and I'll show the people these. Now, they also had these at the website, and I had a child doing the online shop with me. She asked me to try them for them. Sorbet bars, they'll go into the freezer, made of fruit juice, and then they'll try them. Okay, so we have done all the things, run around to all the places. I've done a click and collect from Coles. I've gone to some local growers and picked up some veggies, and I'll show you everything I got. Okay, so sometimes when I go shopping, look, I just love potato chips. They're so bad for me. I know this. They're delicious. I keep them in moderation, definitely. But I wanted to try these ones. They're on sale. And I got 2 of those Japanese style fried chicken, karaage chicken, I guess. And sour cream and chives is always one of my favorite. Don't let me influence you though if you don't want to eat chips. Rosehip oil is what I like to use on my face, and this goes on sale regularly, half price. A couple of garbage bags, one of the dog foods that's on sale, and these are all on sale as well. My dogs really love this, more than some of the other brands, so I just stock up when it's half price. The Maldon sea salt was a good 30 or 40% off, so I thought I'd grab one for the pantry. I prefer to buy my sea salt in bulk from Honest to Goodness, but I won't be doing that for a couple of months. So Maldon when it's on sale. My kiddos love these baguettes. I got them 2 baguettes they can eat fresh and gives me a day of baking bread. 1, 2, 3, 4 frozen Aussie blueberries straight into the freezer. Great for snacks. And these are interesting. I have never tried these before. Made in New Zealand. cheese wafers. Now they were a good sale price, maybe half price. The ingredients are flour, cheddar cheese, 8.8% cheese, rice bran oil and salt. I thought that sounded really delicious and could make a great easy lunch. We do the rice crackers a lot, so that will be something different. I grabbed 6 of those because they were such a good price, and that will sit in the pantry. We've got more of our wild salmon. The salmon is really beautiful, wild caught, product of Alaska, and you know, a lot of my kids actually greatly enjoy it. I think there are only, it says servings per package 4, that's not quite right. There's not 4 portions in here, it's more like 6. So 1 bag is enough for my whole family, and it's something I'd like them to eat more often. A block of Parmesan. I just love Parmesan cheese. It is quite nutrient dense for cheese because it is a longer aged cheese, and I like to have it in the fridge. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the grated cheese, super handy for all kinds of things, and 1 of the good fat mayo that's made with olive oil. I don't know how they managed to make it taste good with olive oil, because every single time I make my own mayonnaise and I try olive oil, it's just got that really overwhelming strong olive flavor, but these guys do a great job. Now I've got a few of these pasta sauce, which I love for pizza and lasagna, and a quick easy spaghetti bolognese. Those are great. And 2 of the large maple syrup. So that's 1 litre each, and the quality is really good. It was on sale this fortnight, making it cheaper than the glass bottles. So 2 litres of maple syrup, 2 of the Aussie orange juice, pulp free, that's what my kids like, and then just a few more veggies and a watermelon to finish out the fruit. I will put that in the fridge, get it nice and cold, and we will eat it with breakfast tomorrow. It's quite hot here at the moment, 35 today. And we have some gorgeous fresh mushrooms. This is from our local health food shop. So we got the mushrooms there, we got a head of broccoli there, a whole cabbage, which is great value, and then by the side of the road from a grower, direct from the grower. Now I love this because we saw this grower planting the potatoes, watering the potatoes, and they have a sign there saying they don't use any sprays. So I love that, and these are $5 a bag. I'm going to say that's $2.50 a kilo because that is a good heavy bag. So I got, well, that would be 4 kilos of potatoes for $10, which I'm very happy to do. I love being able to buy direct from growers. Okay, so that's all of my Coles delivery. As you can see, I didn't get that much, and I'll let you know how much we spent. Okay, so that's everything. Now I feel like the freezer is packed, the fridge is stocked, and the pantry is full. Now we can just focus on doing our school, our work, our homesteading, the things we've got to get done in the next couple of weeks, and it makes the meals just run so much easier. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe or comment or like. I do appreciate all of you so much. And I will try to get some new videos out over the next week or so. Okay, bye.